How you doing, everybody? My name is Brandon Duchair Craven, and this is actually a re-upload of my All Elite Wrestling Double or Nothing pay-per-view event that happened a few weeks ago. Actually, I think now it was a couple months ago. But what you're going to be seeing this week, on top of the Monday Night Raw Top 5 and the SmackDown Live Top 5, so here's what you're going to see. So tomorrow morning, Tuesday morning, you're going to see this video, the All Elite Wrestling Double or Nothing, really early in the morning. And then later that evening, you're gonna see the Raw Top 5, and then Wednesday morning you're gonna see NXT 25 review Wednesday morning early, and then you're gonna see the SmackDown Live Top 5 later that night. So later that evening, so it'll probably be early evening here where I am. So you'll see that, and then also possibly what you'll see on Thursday along, hopefully, I'm still working on it, hopefully with the um, Batman Arkham City Road to 100 starting back up again this week. I make no promises. I will try. But if you don't see that, guaranteed you will probably see the review for Stomping Grounds. So you'll see that too. So we got a lot of videos coming out this week, and we got a lot of stuff coming up. But anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this, the All Elite Wrestling Double or Nothing pay-per-view review, starting with the first match, which and honestly, all of these were on the main card. I almost went into a main card segment, but there was a pre-show which Hangman Page did win the Casino Battle Royale. But there was really nothing to the pre-show, so I'm not even going to talk about it. And also Kip Sabian also won in a match on the pre-show as well. So anyway, starting with the main card and on with the main card, SCU, SoCal University versus the Strong Hearts. That was a really good match, good back and forth, and I'll give that a 3 out of 5 stars. The winner was SCU as well. Next up was Kylie Ray versus Britt Baker versus Nyla Rose versus Awesome Kong. This was a really good match. It was an overall really good match by the women, and Britt Baker was your winner. Overall, I give it a 3 out of 5 stars. The next match on the card was Trent Beretta and Chucky T, the best friends, versus Jack and Angelico. I believe that's his name. If I get any of these names wrong, guys, don't destroy me in the comments. I'm trying. Just correct me, okay? I'm telling you, correct me, because I know I'm probably getting them wrong. But that's okay. Anyway, moving on. It was a really good classic tag team match, and your winner, the best friends. After the match, a mysterious tag team and their minions jumped every participant. And overall, I'm going to give that match a 3 out of 5 stars. It was a really good match. It was really good, just classic tag team wrestling. Next match on the card, and again, I'm probably going to get this wrong, but it was Rio and Ryo and Hakura Shida, I think, versus Aja Kong, Yuka Sakajaki, I think, guys. I'm trying here. I'm really trying, okay? And Emi Sakura. This was a really great match. Your winners were Rio and Ryo and Shada, and overall, I'm going to give that a 3.5 out of 5 stars. So it was really good, really well done. Next up was a match that particularly I was looking forward to, and this is something that me personally that I was looking forward to because I followed both of these guys forever, and they're both just so good. Was Cody Rhodes and Dustin Rhodes, aka Gold Dust, the two brothers. So, okay, to start this match, and I get why he did it because he wanted to take a shot, he wanted to make a statement, so I get it. But Cody taking a shot at WWE and Triple H by taking a sledgehammer and destroying the Triple H throne. You know, you've seen the throne with a big cross on it. Um, to me, it was unnecessary. Hear me out. Because the reason I say it's unnecessary is because you're trying to be different if you're trying to be different, you can acknowledge that WWE is there. You can say that they're there, but at the same time, don't make it a focal point of your show. Because at that point, to me, you're taking away from your show and driving it back to the WWE. So that to me was unnecessary. I get why he did it. I get that he did it to make an impact. Feel free to discuss that in the comments. I want to hear your opinions on if you liked what he did, if you didn't. I'm not saying I liked it or I disliked it. I just understand why he did it. So, it worked. It got people talking. So anyway, moving on to the match itself. It was a bloodbath for Dustin. He got busted open pretty early in the match, but it was great. It added to the match. It was a great matchup. I didn't really expect anything less from those two. Those two can go and even Dustin Rhodes, even at his age, can still go. He still has a lot left in him. And he's even said in recent interviews, he said he found his passion again. And I think that's fantastic. So with him being in that position again to actually be something and actually do something, I think we'll see a whole nother side to him. And I think it'll just be fantastic going forward. The match overall was great. I thought I had a great brother versus brother dynamic. And at the same time, era versus era dynamic because you had Dustin growing up in the Attitude Era of WWE versus now you have Cody who's kind of growing up in this modern era, this modern post Attitude Era where it was very clean, it was very PG-ish. So now you have all that. So I think that was just a very well put on match, and your winner was Cody Rhodes. Overall, I'm giving that match a 4 out of 5 stars. It was just fantastic. After that match, it was announced, and this actually just happened this past weekend. It was announced that Cody and Dustin Rhodes versus the Young Bucks at Fight for the Fallen, which was this past Saturday, which I have to watch that. And I will admit, I did get a little choked up at the end of the match when they hugged it out. I thought that was a really nice touch. I thought that was a really good moment, and it wrestling has not made me choke up like that in a long time. So that was really, really nice to see. And the next match on the card, the Lucha Brothers versus the Young Bucks for the AAA Tag Team Championships. Absolutely fantastic tag team match. Great tag team wrestling, both old school and new school wrestling. It was fantastic on all ends. And winners and still AAA Tag Team Champions, the Young Bucks, even though I think they have lost the titles back to the Lucha Bros in recent weeks. Not on AEW television. They don't have a TV deal yet, but they've got one. They just aren't on TV yet. But I think in Mexico, I think they've lost it back to them. And overall, I'm giving that match a 4 out of 5 stars. It was a great match, both modern era tag team wrestling and traditional tag team wrestling. It was fantastic. And finally, your main event for the evening, Alpha versus Omega 2, Kenny Omega versus Chris Jericho. This was another fantastic match. You just knew these two would go at it and put on an absolute classic. Your winner, and the winner of this match would also be number one contender for the newly made, and it's a fantastic looking belt, but it's the new AEW World Title. Fantastic looking belt. Anyway, your winner, surprisingly, Chris Jericho. I didn't expect it to happen. I thought they would let Kenny Omega win it, so that way it'd be Hangman Page versus Kenny Omega. I think that would be a fantastic match moving forward. But Chris Jericho versus Hangman is going to be a good match too. I have no doubt about it because he did win the Battle Royal in the pre-show, and that would get him into the title match as well. So overall, I am giving that match a 3.5 out of 5 stars. And after the match, and you've already seen it, but after the match, a debuting Dean Ambrose, aka Jon Moxley, debuted for All Elite Wrestling. I thought it was a fantastic touch to the end of the match and jumped Kenny Omega. Thought it was great. I thought they did a fantastic job, and I would love to see that program going forward. Anyway, I will give the overall pay-per-view a rating of 4 out of 5 stars. Fantastic pay-per-view right out of the gate for All Elite Wrestling. I have to watch Fight for the Fallen, but I don't expect anything less than a great pay-per-view from them. And Can't wait for the build up to All Out coming up. I believe it's in August, um, back in Chicago, I believe. And they sold that out in like 10 minutes the first time, and I think they sold it out even less this time. And they're also their TV show coming up in the fall on TNT. So I can't wait for that one. I cannot wait. Fantastic right out of the gate for these guys. Anyway, that is going to do it for this All Elite Wrestling Double or Nothing pay-per-view review. Do not forget, guys, like, share, subscribe. And as always, let me know in the comments what you thought about this pay-per-view. Again, I thought it was a great pay-per-view right out of the gate for these guys. And we'll see what happens going forward with them. But I have high hopes. I have really, really high hopes. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this pay-per-view review. It's been a while since we've done one, but I got a lot more coming. So thank you guys so much for all you've done for me and everything that you do, sticking around, waiting on these videos, sticking with me through all the absences that I've had throughout the few months. And thank you guys so much. My name is Brandon Duchair Craven, and I'll see you on the next one right here on the Rolling Wrestling Review YouTube channel. And I am down for the 3 count. 1, 2, 3. See you next time, everybody. Later.